Alrighty, we're here, we've got our cups ready to go, we've got our colours ready to go. So we're using Cerulean, Blue Passion with some Max White Sparkle, and we're going to do this pour with the Top Cell White, and then we'll be able to see the difference between using the two different whites. Okay, so I'm just going to pop in the resin into the cups. I decided this time also I'm not going to put a tape around, and we'll just see how that goes as well. Quite a bit of white there. Okay, there we go. Let's pop that on its side like I do, so that the resin can run around that, and I shall wriggle that spatula, and of course all of it will come out. All the dried resin is what I'm trying to say. All right, now, Serena, I think this was a new one actually. Yes, I thought so. Oops, sorry. We'll just open it up. All right. Of course, I had the seal on, and we need to do that to prevent leakage. So we always give our pastes a good stir before we use them. I'm really loving the combo actually with the Cerulean and the Blue Passion. I think it's amazing. Okay. So that's our Cerulean, one of my favourite ocean colours. Now we're just going to give that a good stir, making sure that it's all combined with the resin. Okay, now we have our Blue Passion. Again, we're giving that a stir. Then putting that in, and I'm also going to be adding some Max White Sparkle because the combination is so beautiful. That looks like it's mixed beautifully. Now we're just going to pop in some of this Max White Sparkle. Love, love, love it. Whoop. It's such a beautiful light product, but I'm going to be stirring this. Oops, sorry. I'm going to be stirring this slowly to begin with, just so that the sparkle incorporates with the resin and you don't get all the little bits flying around and breathing them in. Okay, so now we're right, we can give it a good stir. Gosh, it's so pretty. Love it, love it, love it. Look at that. Isn't that just gorgeous? I hope you can see that okay. Beautiful. Okay, and then we've got our Passion Top Cell White, which is an amazing product for assisting with lacing. Okay, so oops. That should be enough because I took quite a bit then because it is a full 250 ml. So generally it would be, as a guide I tend to go by, it is, if it's 250 ml, that's a cup. So a cup, a teaspoon. If it's half a cup, half a teaspoon. Just for measurement of paste to the resin, because you don't want to get over 10% of that ratio between your whatever you're adding and the resin, because otherwise you can end up with all sorts of challenges. especially paste, because you have that chemical reaction happening with the resin, and it can just go off in a flash. It'll go really, really hot and steamy. I've not seen any catch on fire, but I think that has happened. But it hasn't happened for me, but I have a couple of times with my students. They've been heavy-handed, and I think, what's going on here? You know, it's really hot, and you can see sort of like steam coming off, and then I know straight away what they've done. They've been heavy-handed. So it's really important to know that little fact. Okay, so that's given that a good stir. Oops, daisies. I'm messy today. Making sure that that's stirred properly. The blue tends to be a thicker consistency paste, and I'm pretty sure this cerulean's okay. All right, so we'll take those off there. Now, just blowing off that little bit there. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to pour the white on. And I'm going to push it just with my gloves around, I think. And I'll make sure that when I go over the edge, I'm going to smooth it on so I know that the edge is covered with the resin to give it a nice edge. Now the last one, and I do tend to do this, I went sort of fairly well, you know, straight across the board, but you don't have to. And so maybe today, we won't. Maybe today we'll just leave it sort of like that, and then we'll put the colour on the bottom and then blow that up and see what happens. But I do want to make sure that this is all ready. Take it over. It's quite a bit here actually. Oops, I'm dribbling it there. Making sure that it's all over the edge. Okay, there we go. Okay, I shall just wipe my gloves. Then I'm going to put the other two on. So I'm just going to go along. Just a little bit in there. And then our beautiful blue passion. Okay. So now, again, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to smush it. So it's kind of got a bit of movement, if you like, if it's going to be a oceany feel to it. Just bringing this down over the edge. This is a 50 centimetre board. I used about 460 mils of resin for it. Okay, just let that there sit there, I think. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to get the torch, and I'm just going to torch it just to break any of the bubbles that have come to the surface. Okay. I might just let this actually sit for maybe, just thinking, maybe 5 minutes, 5 to 10. And I think I'm going to let it sit just to sort of finish pulling over, and then we'll come back and we'll do the blowing up. All right, look, it's been a few minutes, so we'll see how we go. Look at the selling here, it's beautiful. And that is the cerulean, because of the nature of the colour passion colours. That's what happens, you get automatic selling. We're not even trying to get them. However, all right, let's see how we go with now creating sort of like an aqua water action. I'm just going to start it on slow, I think. No, I won't put on fast, it's not going fast enough. Moving it up, moving it up. I can probably come back up and add a bit more in a minute. Just get it started to happen. Okay, so you can see what I've done, and it's totally a different effect. Here, it will lace if it's top cell. The white's got to be on the top, and then, you know, we blow it. And you can see here where, because the white's been over that bit of blue that I blew up, you can see, you know, some cellular action happening there. And this here, I kind of just blew it up like it was a big splash. So, you know, coming from around here. So look, we'll just see how it goes. I mean, actually, why don't we try just popping a little bit of white in here and blow it up, because it's over colour. Let's just see what happens. I was hoping that it was going to lace better, but not quite. All right. Whoa, there we go. That's with a splash of isopropyl alcohol. But for that to really hold, it sort of needs to be on sort of as it's going off, if you like. But you can see there's all sorts of things we can do. So I'm going to let that cure, I think. I'm just sort of wanting to come through here and just fill a bit. as we can. Kind of like how where we started blowing it up, how it sort of looks like almost like a wave action. It's really liquid now because it's hot from all the blowing up. This is just on the slow speed. Just going to push this out here. Like that. Interesting, isn't it, how the white has sort of come through like little fractures through the so-called waves. So there we are. I might actually just push this back because I don't want it to run over too much. So it kind of looks like the top of the wave is just breaking. That's what I'm sort of trying to create here. Okay. All right, look, let's just leave it at that and we'll see what it's turned out with the reveal tomorrow. Okay, everybody, here we are. And we're going to do the mix of the base white and the top cell white. So we'll see what happens. Never done it before. So I wasn't overly happy, as you know. So I'm just going to try this technique and see what happens. This resin actually is a bit of an older resin, that's why it's a bit yellow, but it will be absolutely fine to use. So if you've got some that's gone a bit yellow, don't be too concerned. Use your resin, it's not cheap, and the results are fine with it. Okay, so let's see, we'll put the white with that one, I think. Bit more there. Right, and that should be fine. Okay, so here we go. We will do the cerulean first. There we go. Giving it a good mix. Okay, now we've got our blue passion. So we're using the same colours as what we did previously. Then we're going to use the Max White Sparkle, but we're going to mix the blue in properly first. I must admit, it always feels really nice to be able to mix in a plastic cup, even though I know that environmentally it's not the best. But these I've had for a while, so I'm going to use them up. Okay, we've got our beautiful Max White Sparkle. Put a couple of swigs of those in. Then we're just going to gently stir that until it's mixed up properly. And you can see that gorgeous, gorgeous. Hopefully you can see it anyway. Just trying to see if I can see it. Yep. Beautiful. Okay, now I don't know how much to put in of each, so we'll just go with the flow on this. It's just going to be called a guesstimate. I'm thinking this one is quite runny, this base cell white, so I'm going to put a couple of lots of that in, a couple of dollops. And I'm going to stir that. And see how we go. Now I'm going to use the top cell white and add that into it and mix that. And we'll see what happens. Just put that over there and give it a good mix. Sounds a bit crazy, isn't it, that we've never actually mixed these, or maybe once I did in, like, you know, over 4 years, only once, and I can't even remember how it turned out. But because I'm after a particular result with this, I thought it was probably a good thing to do, to mix the both together and just see what happens. You know my motto, don't you, everybody? If you don't give it a go, you're never gonna know. So here I am attempting to give it a go. You will find out as I do. All right, so we'll pop that to one side. Now, I'm going to put, and I haven't put the tape on either, so I'm just going to, with the white, push it over and see how we go. I just prefer to do this with my hands, but of course you could tilt the board, you could use your spatula, whatever you want to get the board covered with it. I just want to feel that there's a nice glide around that edge, then I know that the resin has covered it. Push it this way a bit, because there's a fair bit on there. Probably could have done with a bit less. It's okay though. I would love it if some of you would give this a whirl and let us know how you go. Because it is a really good technique. I love the technique, but it's been so many years since I've done it, as I say, so it's totally different products that I'm using this time and experimenting, so we'll see how we go with it. Alrighty, I shall just wipe my hands clean. And we'll put our blue on and see what happens. Okay. I think last time I put this on first. Okay. Now I'm going to put this magic blue passion over, and then over the top of this. And we'll see what happens. Okay. A little bit more. Plenty on here, so it's not a problem. All right, so it's pulling off here a bit. Okay. Over here. should be absolutely fine. As long as I've got that, it's a bit of wet with resin there. This should not be an issue. Oops, dribbled that. Doesn't matter, it's going to be blown over in a minute anyway, isn't it? All right. So I'm going to use the torch and we'll just break all those bubbles that have been brought to the surface. Are you ready? I think I'm frightened to give it a go, but anyway, we've got to, don't we? Otherwise, we won't know. Got a hair or something in here. Oop, bit of something. Okay, let's remove that. Okay, we've also got a bit of something there. I wonder what that is. Goodness gracious me. Okay, they've been removed now. So now, let's see what happens. I actually think I'm going to pull that off as well. Here we go. Okay, so we'll go up. Happy with that. Like that. Yeah, I'm quite happy with that, mixing the two, because we've got the lovely cells here from the base white, but it's not overdone, and we've still got some nice structure here with the top cell. So that's, and I kind of like how that is too. So I'm just going to come over the top now. Actually, no, what I'm going to do, it's all right, I'm just thinking out aloud as I go. Just going to just kind of drizzle that around a little bit. Just to sort of put that water, kind of watery look in. And then I'll hit it again with the heat gun and see what happens. I'm much happier with this. And of course I didn't have the spout on, I've had the different end, or I don't have one on this one, so it's interesting, isn't it? Just going to gently move this around. It's only on the low speed, just to sort of soften it a bit. I'm just going to put a little bit more across here and blow that up. Just across here, just to soften it. Some of it will run off, which is absolutely fine. Sort of giving that a bit of a sort of choppy look on the water. If it's possible. Okay, what do you think about that? Don't like those bits there, so we might just sort of dab those around a little bit. that either. So, thinking if I just sort of, I don't know, because of course it's pulling up the white from underneath, isn't it? But maybe if we just kind of go like that a bit. Just adds a little bit of interest, doesn't it? All right. Well, so far, I have to say, out of the 3 we've done, this is my favourite with this technique. So I hope you agree. Let me know in the comments down below. And I have put the colours and everything I've used is always in the description. Very pretty. I hope you do agree. Just wondering if I dare to just soften that top a little. If I'm not going to muck this up. Just to sort of like thin it out so it looks like wispy water on the top. Hopefully it's going to behave for us. Here we are. That's a bit, I think that's a bit better. I hope you agree. There we go. How about that? All right. I have to say I'm actually really delighted with this one. Okay, guys. Well, I can sleep easy tonight now. And, okay, I will let it cure overnight and then in the morning we'll do the reveal. Good morning, everybody. Here we are for the reveal. Now we've got 2 to reveal today. So we've got this first one, which was with the top cell white. I'm loving the movement in like the churning of the water, if you like, there. Not happy with the wave quite so much. I did spritz over some alcohol, so that sort of gave that effect there. But it still gives you that splash of water, which is fine, absolutely fine. And the colours are gorgeous, and there is some beautiful little sparkle there. I'm not sure if you can pick it up sort of through here. Anyway, you can see the turbulence in the water there. So that's good. Okay. So that's that one there. I'm just going to go and get the other one. Okay, here we are with the second one we did. I am so thrilled with the way this turned out. So this is the top cell white and the base white mixed together. Who would have thunk, hey? Very happy with that, and just a little bit of wispiness up the top there. Really happy with the way this is all sort of celled up there. It's quite amazing, isn't it? And then we've kind of got, if it were, you know, like water, turbulent, sort of not too bad, but water across here. Really happy with that. The colours I used were the Blue Passion mixed with the Wax White Sparkle into that, so that we had some beautiful sparkle. Not sure, you can see a little bit glistening, I think, but it's always difficult to pick up. There we go. You can see some of it there. Just glistening in the sunlight. Beautiful. And then the lighter colour was the Cerulean. They're a really nice match made in heaven, as I say. Lovely. Okay, so that's given you something to think about. A couple of different techniques. And I mean, if we were to push the white over the blue, then we would have got the lacing with the top cell white, because with top cell white, the white needs to be on top of the colour. So if we had to push the white over the blue, we would have got lacing. Anyway, that's it for another week. I hope you've enjoyed a great week, and all the very best for a wonderful week ahead. So remember, if you don't give it a go, you are never going to know. Just like I found out with this piece. So experiment and have fun, because you never know what you're going to stumble on. And that's the fun of experimenting, even if you just do it on little pieces. And let me know if you've come across anything that you wish to share with everybody. That would be absolutely wonderful. And leave a message in the comments below. Let me know what you think. That would be wonderful. So if you haven't yet subscribed, please do click that notifications bell and give it a thumbs up if you've gotten something out of this video. All right, everybody, catch you next week. Bye for now.